there's a good chance Amazon is losing your money and you don't even know it. But that's not to scare you, because in this video, we're going to walk through the full process of everything that I check within my personal Amazon business so that I know that Amazon isn't losing my inventory. And then when they do, I can get reimbursed for that. This is one of those not so sexy topics you won't see a ton of on YouTube. So if you find this video valuable, please hit that subscribe button and check out the Boxem channel. Since you're watching this, I'm also going to assume you're an active Amazon seller. So if you're not and you're looking at how to find profitable products, go ahead and check out the 0 to 10K a month guide we have on the Boxem channel. But let's go ahead and dive into it, right? So step one of the process, we actually have to figure out what inventory Amazon is losing in our Amazon business. To do that, you're going to want to go ahead and open up your Boxem account. And for me, this is under shipments and then overview. And then up at the top, you can see which ones you're working on, which ones are in shipment, but haven't actually closed at Amazon yet. If it's under the shipped tab and your shipment hasn't officially closed, like it'll be marked right there, that means that Amazon is still actually checking that shipment in. It's not the worst. It doesn't mean that Amazon's lost your inventory if it has not yet closed and it says that your percent of units received is less than 100. So in this example here, I went ahead and pulled up one of my shipments where recently we shipped in about 105 units to this warehouse here, and only 83% of them were checked in. So Amazon lost 20 or so of these products in this shipment. And I know a lot of Amazon sellers aren't even aware that Amazon can lose inventory like this. And there's a lot of people that aren't tracking down the dollars behind all this missing inventory here. So now that we've identified the problem through Box, I'm hoping you've got some kind of tracking going on. If not, today's the day you start. It doesn't have to be complicated or anything like that. This is pretty similar to what I personally track a lot of my orders through, and it just records like your ASIN, where you're buying everything, all that kind of stuff. And what's really important is over here on somewhere on your spreadsheet to write down how many units you actually were able to purchase. So here's an example, just some sample data, right? Let's say we bought 20 of these. That way we know that we have the specific ASIN marked down. We know how many of those we were actually able to buy. And you're also going to start recording the order numbers on this document here. Again, I don't really care how you format a Google Sheet, whatever it is, whatever helps you track the ASIN you bought and then the specific order numbers that are tied to that product. That's what's really important. So now to find the specific items that Amazon actually lost from this shipment, at least this is the specific process right now. We've got lots of awesome ideas to make this even easier through Boxem for you guys. But what you'll go ahead and do is you'll take the title of the shipment that you created or the shipment ID. We'll go head over to Amazon and pull up that specific shipment. You can see it's under shipments and then manage shipments. You can just pull up that shipment you were working on there. This is also where you can track a lot of the steps in the process of seeing when your shipments are actually getting created, checked in, all that kind of stuff. So for example, on a shipment like this, since we were using 2D barcodes and that kind of stuff through Boxem, we're able to get it checked in decently fast, but Amazon still wasn't able to locate, in this case, I think it was about 18 of our units. So to go ahead and get reimbursed for those products, what we need to do is go over to contents. Under this contents box here, you're going to see specifically which items that they said that, you didn't ship, or you either shipped too few of them. So for example, like this one, it's saying we shipped in 15, but they only received 12 of them. So now what we need to do is go ahead and go back over to that spreadsheet that we have. Based on the ASIN that's listed here, I'm going to have to blur it for the video, but we go ahead and take that ASIN right here. Go ahead and head back over to that sheet that you've been creating here. Just do a nice little Control F, search that ASIN, and then you're going to see all of the order number information there. And then after you have that order number, just go ahead and take that order number, paste it in the email inbox where you're placing all your orders, all that kind of stuff. And then just go ahead and download all of the invoicing, tracking proof, and proof of delivery that you have. So let's say you've got the original invoice that has your business address on it. You probably also have another email that says, hey, your order is shipped. Your tracking order is this. And then also go ahead and take the email where it says this tracking order showed delivered 6 days before you shipped it out, or whatever it says. You just need to show proof that you bought the item, where you bought it, and specifically which day it showed up, so that you can prove to Amazon, hey, we actually did have this. We shipped it into you guys. Don't know what you're talking about. We need a little bit of a reimbursement here. Once you have the documents collected for each of these ASINs that Amazon has lost a little bit of inventory for, you'll go ahead and scroll down here to step 2 where it says to upload your documents, and then you'll just start selecting those files, upload those files to Amazon here. There are also some services that will do this for you. They tend to charge a percentage of whatever they recover. So if this part of the process looks complicated or that kind of thing, just be aware that there are some other services that you can partner with. And again, this is one of those processes that we're going to make way simpler for you over time through Boxem, but right now, this is what we have to deal with, right? So you'll take those files of all of the invoicing, tracking information, upload it right there. If you have any other extra details you need to add in, for example, if you buy through a prep center and your billing address didn't show up, which needs to be showing up on your invoices, that matches your seller account, a word salad there, but that's going to be the case for some of you guys. So if you need to explain that that and say, hey, here's the address of our prep center. I've attached a contract that says this is their address. Our business entity is related to this prep center. You can do whatever you need to do to add additional context. Personally, I would just go ahead and submit those invoices and tracking numbers first, see what kind of response you get. And then if you have any kind of pushback, you can start to add a lot more detail. But a lot of time, there's just no reason to waste time over providing information, because sometimes Amazon doesn't like that. Keep it simple at the start. Sometimes if you try to give them too much at once, they just think you're making stuff up. So I usually try to keep it simple. And then just, again, I'll upload it to this choose file right there, preview your request, and just go ahead and submit that. And typically Amazon will respond to those cases within a week or two. I've seen some rare cases where it can take a little bit longer than that. The way that Amazon typically decides the value of the item that they're going to reimburse you for is generally pretty close to the price of the item minus the Amazon fees. So if everything goes to plan, you just submit your invoices and it works first try. Sometimes it's nice because it's like selling a bunch of your products to Amazon in bulk, because they basically give you whatever you would have made as though you sold it all on Amazon all at once. Also keep in mind that products leaking out of your business is not only an issue when you're shipping directly to Amazon. That tends to be the easiest to reconcile. One of the harder ones to reconcile is when you're going in here and tracking over time compared to which products you've actually bought, which ones you actually fully shipped in and showed up at your warehouse. Personally, I think it's a really good idea to, again, on your tracking, have it marked where you mark how many you've purchased, and maybe you add a new column where you mark how many units of those you've actually shipped in to Amazon through your Boxem account, so that then after it's all said and done, hey, I bought 20 of these. I actually shipped all 20 off to Amazon through Boxem. Amazon received all 20. Great. Sometimes you're going to see, oh, I shipped off all 20, but Amazon, they only got 18. I know these went and got shipped out. Or other times you might go in here and say, I bought 20 of these. I've only marked down that I shipped 15 of these over time. And that might mean that you have a supplier shorting you, which is very common, even with some of the big retailers that you buy from. Don't just assume that you're always getting every single thing that you ordered. And so that's a very similar process where you're going in here. Personally, for my Amazon business, after 3 weeks of that item not showing up, typically the 4-week return window for a lot of websites, I give them a little bit of time for it to show up late, that kind of thing. But if it's still not there and I still haven't shipped it in 3 weeks after I bought it, I'm typically going to take that order number, open a case with my website supplier. I'm going to give them my order number, say, hey, we ordered 20, we've only got 15, it's been 3 weeks. Can you send a replacement or a refund, that kind of thing. And then generally, as long as you got all this information tracked like we've been talking about, they're going to go ahead and take care of that for you. But at the end of the day, just don't assume that your suppliers are shipping you every single thing that you've ordered just because they're a big website, big brand that you probably trust before. As you scale your Amazon business, this is a really good task to hire a virtual assistant for. Personally, in my business, I waited until I was doing about $200,000 a month to bring on an admin virtual assistant to take care of ungating, IP complaints, missing inventory, all that kind of stuff. That was way too long. I probably do it somewhere between the $50,000 to $100,000 a month range. Basically, the point in your business where you're catching yourself tracking orders and emailing suppliers and all that kind of stuff. When you got money sitting in the bank account, you need to be spending through so you can go ahead and keep filling up that Boxem account with profit. And if you've been selling on Amazon for a while and haven't done this before, hopefully this is a good little wake-up call for you. One of those easy ways that you're going to end up bleeding money through your business without even realizing. And we want you guys to stay super profitable on Amazon and continue to sell on Amazon. And even though this topic isn't quite as much fun to talk about, I still want to share this with you because it's extremely important so that you can build a long-term Amazon business. And we want to see you guys making profit for years to come. If you don't already have a Boxem account to take care of FBA and FBM listing, tracking all your shipments, and actually creating the FBA shipments easier than ever, make sure you check out a free trial of Boxem down below. Also, let me know if you have any questions down below. We're always super happy to answer those for you guys. But we really appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you next time.